Aloha! We are the 2021 spring semester CSCI 4911 programming team comprised of our lead programmer, Isaac, and programming team of Jocelyn, Colin, Star, and Dustin. Our team was introduced to the wonderful people at the Hawaii Wildlife Center, an organization dedicated to the safe recovery, transportation, and care of Hawaii's native natural wildlife, specifically the island's bird and bat population. At present, the Wheels for Wildlife program, of which operates as the volunteer transportation for the Wildlife Center's patients, is struggling to contact volunteers due to an outdated phone tree system. The Wildlife Center normally proceeds down a volunteer list, calling until a volunteer driver was found available. With wildlife on the line and every second mattering in saving these wonderful flying animals, our team was tasked to automate the system to effectively cut out the lengthy process. With this in mind, we are proud to unveil our Wildlife Transportation System, an automated system designed to contact the volunteer drivers about drives with both text and email, allowing all volunteers to accept based on availability rather than whoever answers first. Let's check out how our system works. Administrator creating a drive. The administrator, when receiving an injured wildlife report, will first need to log in to our secure site. Then, by selecting Create New, the administrator will be able to format and customize all of the applicable information required to the reported injured wildlife's location. By selecting Create, the drive will now be available to all drivers that are available at that time, creating a user as an administrator. In order to have drivers, the administrator must create their user profiles. To register a new user, the administrator will need to transfer the information from the Hawaii Wildlife Center's application form to the convenient website format, creating the user under those credentials. User self-setup. The user will need to perform a first-time login action. By logging in with the provided credentials of the administrators, the users will be prompted to update their information before any drives are displayed. The user will be able to input their contact information in order to receive texts and emails, as well as set their available times of which they would like to be contacted, as the Wildlife Transportation System looks to ensure that volunteers are not bombarded with messages when they are not in their volunteer hour times. Opting into a drive as a user. With their information updated, the volunteer drivers will now be able to see and, by selecting details, opt in to a drive in order to allow the administrators to give the go-ahead. Accepting a driver as an administrator. The administrators will be able to see all volunteer drivers who have chosen to opt in, allowing the administrator to submit and give the final go-ahead to the volunteer driver, completing a drive as a user. With the drive completed and the wildlife safely transported, the volunteer driver will be able to log into their user account, select the details of the drive which they just completed, and select Complete Drive, ultimately removing it from the queue. With the Wildlife Transportation System's user-friendly and smooth design, volunteer drivers will be able to receive everything they need from the system in order to expedite the wildlife rescue process. The Wildlife Transportation System will prove to be an excellent solution to modernizing a great cause.
Hi, my name is Juan. I work with the Hawaii Wildlife Center. We're very excited about the Wheels for Wildlife website. It's going to help increase our efficiency in finding transport for injured birds and get them the veterinary care that they need as soon as possible. It's going to help us better use our resources here in the hospital and focus on critical patients and better connect with our volunteers throughout the state. So we're very excited about the website and looking forward to the final product.
Thank you for your time. Mahalo.